Hi guys, welcome to this new video, a new Premier League prediction. So yeah, I didn't do one for the last game against Burnley because as I said in the review, I was just got back to uni and there's been a lot of work and I still have a lot of work. Just what you get really. But yeah, gonna go and predict this game, our next game, Arsenal versus Newcastle. Obviously there's a bit of a break now. I mean, some teams are gonna play this weekend and some teams are gonna play next weekend, but still part of the same, week. So match day 26. Arsenal won't be playing this week, they'll be playing next week against Newcastle at home. Obviously, we've already played Newcastle this season. It was our first game of the season. And we at not Stamford Bridge. What am I saying? At St James's Park, and we managed to get the win that time. We didn't play well. Newcastle made a mistake and Aubameyang scored, but what's the surprise there? But yeah, going into this game, obviously Newcastle's last Premier League game was against Norwich and they drew 0-0. But obviously Newcastle played yesterday as well in the Cup against Oxford. They were 2-0 up. Oxford pulled it back to 2-2, but then St. Maximin scored right at the end in extra time in the 116th minute to make it 3-2. So Newcastle go into the fifth round of the FA Cup because they've had to play the replay. Whereas for us, obviously, we didn't have a replay. We beat Bournemouth 2-1 as a good result. And then we had Burnley on the weekend, and I felt like we really should be getting a win against Burnley because we are the better team on paper. But we played well at the start, and I'll give players the credit they deserve. We played really well at the start, but the pressure just caught up, really. And Burnley just started getting into the game. They were winning the second balls. They were being a bit more physical than we were. But that's that's what you get with Burnley. They are a massive team. They are, and not as in the size of the club. They are they've got big players, strong players. So they're gonna make it tough, and they're gonna do their little stuff. Really and truly, Burnley should have won the game because they had the chance. They had a clean chance, and how Rodriguez hit the bar and it had to bounce off the line. Realistically, you should be putting that in, and realistically, Burnley should have taken the win. But I'm not complaining. He missed. We got a point out of it. Top four's not looking the greatest, even though United are dropping points, Chelsea are dropping points. I was gonna say Tottenham, but they somehow beat City. But yeah, Chelsea and United will drop points, and I know obviously the next game for Chelsea is Man United. So yeah, hopefully that. What I'm hoping for, Chelsea Man United draw, we win, but that has to happen first. So, going into my starting lineup for this game against Newcastle, there's going to be a couple of changes. Well, I'm going to say the lineup I would put, and whether that's what Arteta actually plays, that's what he actually plays. So, in goal, I'll have Leno. He made a good save in the Burnley game it was in the first half, made a really good save. So I'd keep him in. I mean, who else is going to play goalie? Right back, I'll have Bellerin. Bellerin's slowly getting back into it, but he's starting to play well. Two centre backs, I'll have Mustafi and David Luiz. Mustafi recently has been playing really well, and I'd probably say was Arsenal's man of the match and Arsenal's best player against Burnley. Mustafi was winning every header, he was winning every tackle. Mustafi was really solid, and that shocked me, but Mustafi was really, really solid. Next to Mustafi, I'd put David Luiz. Standard, really. His passing is too good, and it's really good help. He created one chance where he passed into Aubameyang. Aubameyang should have took on his left foot, but he took on his right, and he messed up the chance. Left back, I'm going to play Kolasinac. The reason why I'm going to play Kolasinac and not Saka is obviously Saka got injured. And when Saka got injured against Burnley, that really didn't help because we were attacking a lot down the left and Saka was overlapping and putting a lot of crosses and causing a lot of problems. But since Saka got injured and after that, we weren't really causing any problems. And I know Kolasinac is back in training, so with this break, Kolasinac might be back fit. So I would play Kolasinac because he gives us that threat. If Saka's back fit, then I'd play Saka, any of them, because they both give us that threat. And that's a good thing for us. two CDMs or two in front of the four. I'm gonna play Xhaka, who's since Arteta's come in, he's played really well, and Torreira. The bit that confused me for the Burnley game, sorry, was the fact for against Burnley, Torreira was on the bench and Guendouzi started. I know Guendouzi played really well against Bournemouth, but we need Torreira in that midfield next to Xhaka. That's our best two CDM combination. Those two, Xhaka and Torreira work really well together, so I think them two should start against Newcastle. On the right, I'm going to go with Pepe. For some reason, he didn't start against um, Burnley and he didn't come on for some reason. I don't know why. I think Pepe should have started because in the first game against Burnley early in the season, he caused them a lot of problems. And I'm sure they don't want to see him again. So, yeah, Pepe on the right. In the middle, I'm going to play Ozil. He hasn't been playing well recently, but do we have another number 10? I mean, we could play Willock there, who played well against Bournemouth and did alright off the bench against Burnley. So maybe we could give Willock a go, but I just think the quality of Ozil's passing is too good to not play sometimes. On the left, I'm going to play Martinelli. Obviously, he's been playing amazing recently. He didn't have the greatest game against Burnley, if I'm going to be honest. He looked a bit tired. It just wasn't his game. But I'd still play him on the left because he's got talent. He's a really good player and he could step up. And up front, I'm going to play Aubameyang. I'm going to put Aubameyang in his more preferred role down the middle because that's where he's going to be most effective. Even though on the left, wherever he plays, Aubameyang's effective. I think we all know that. But I think with Martinelli on the left and Aubameyang up front, that could help us really well. That could work as well. Obviously, putting Martinelli on the left and putting Aubameyang up front means that Lacazette moves to the bench, but Lacazette, to be honest with you, recently hasn't been playing well. He hasn't scored a goal in God knows how long. There's some games where he's run himself down and he's worked so hard and he's won the ball back, like the Chelsea game. The only thing he didn't do in the Chelsea game was score, but he was amazing in that Chelsea game. But recently, he just hasn't. He needs that goal. Maybe Arteta will play, maybe not. Personally, I don't think Lacazette should play. I think he should be on the bench. And maybe when he gets his confidence back, but then put him back in, but then putting him on the bench may lower his confidence even more. I just think that Lacazette just needs that goal. And once Lacazette gets that goal, he'll be back to his usual self again. So obviously that means Lacazette will be on the bench. Hopefully Tierney is soon coming back as well, and hopefully Saka's injury is not that bad. And hopefully maybe Cedric will be back, we've got too many injuries in defence. And the quicker those players come back, the quicker that's going to help us. Top four is looking really unlikely. But the good thing for us is that we can win the Europa League. And I do strongly believe we can, with the squad we have, win the Europa League. So going to this game against Newcastle. Newcastle, I think they're going to set back. They're going to probably play five at the back. They're going to just sit back and try hits on the counter-attack. They're not going to bring the game to us. They're just going to hope for us to break. They're just going to want us to break them down. And if we lose the ball, them to capitalise on it quickly. So it's going to be a very tough game. I think Ozil's going to really need to have a good game to unlock this Newcastle defence because it's very hard to break down if they just sit back. But I genuinely do think we're going to get the win. And to be fair, I think we're going to get a convincing win. A really good performance I think I should be seeing, or I think I'm going to see. Going to go with a 4-0 Arsenal. Yeah, yes, 4-0. I feel like after the recent disappointing results, too many draws, I feel like the team would just want a big result, a big result to lift the confidence up, lift the fans up. And I think Newcastle at home is a perfect opportunity to, get a big result because not too long after Newcastle, we got Man City, and that's at the Etihad, and that's a big game. Arteta going back, that's going to be a very important game. But yeah, as I said, Arsenal going to win 4-0 against Newcastle. Goal scorers will be 2 from Aubameyang, 1 from Ozil. I predict he'll get his first goal, and I think 1 from Xhaka. So yeah, that's it for this prediction. If you like this prediction, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see the whole prediction, or if you want to see Brandon's side of the prediction, check the last video on the channel. He's predicted every single game from week 26, so you should go and watch that. And yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later for the review.